Blast me to Cadia! It's time for the Mad Merlins unboxing of Warhammer 40,000 Despoilers of Cadia. Oh dear.
Hello everyone and welcome to a Mad Merlins unboxing. So today we're going to look at the Despoilers of Cadia bundle from Games Workshop. So the Despoilers of Cadia bundle is one of the old foes bundles that they've been doing recently. This one pits the Chaos Space Marines in one collection against the Astra Militarum of Cadia in another. So what you see here is all what you get in the bundle. So we get a Combat Patrol Chaos Space Marines, which includes a Dark Apostle Hellbrute, 10 Chaos Space Marines, and 5 Havocs. We get a Chaos Rhino here, and we get the big bad Abaddon, the Despoiler. So while this is a direct from GW bundle, it does not save you any money overall. So it'd be a good idea if you want to pick up just these items and not the artwork. Look for all your local suppliers where you can get between 10 and 20% off. But I decided to pick this up from Games Workshop as it really was kind of irresistible to me. It contains a lot of stuff I've been wanting to get for a long time. The new Combat Patrol, which came out last week or the week before, I think it was, has a great lot of models. I've been wanting the Dark Apostle and the Havocs for a while, and picking up a Hellbrute and extra Chaos Space Marines was an added bonus, which is good. Can't go wrong with a good old transport, so Chaos Rhino wasn't too bad to be sniffed at. And Abaddon has been on my... Abaddon has been on my to paint list for a good while, pretty much ever since he came out. So I can't wait to paint this guy in particular, but I'm going to work my way through. I've got a lot of Chaos Space Marine stuff still to build and paint, including my Eldritch Omens box half. I built and painted the Eldar, but I didn't get around to finishing the Eldar. As with most Eldar projects, I tend to lose interest quite quickly with them, and other things did get in the way. Chaos Space Marines, I've been painting up the premium set from Imperium. I'm halfway through the Sorcerer and the Possessed at the moment. I just need to finish them off, and then I can start work on my second squad of 10 Marines. Then I got the old Start Collecting Chaos Space Marine box, which includes 10 Marines, 2 more Possessed, the Master of Possession, the Obliterators, and the Venom Crawler, which will be coming out, after this has been posted, they would have already been out on pre-order today from Games Workshop. I think they are a Games Workshop exclusive. So I think we will start going through this. We will look at all the kits getting unboxed. We'll look at the artwork, and then we'll have a close-up look at some of the sprues. So we will start with the big bad himself, Mr. the Despoiler. And he is a rather beautiful model, definitely a lot better than the old metal version of him. I brought the old metal version back in the day, and I chopped him up and combined him with the plastic Terminator Lord kit and made my own version. He did me pretty well. He beat the crap out of a load of Space Wolves. The one time I actually took him into store and used him. But here we have the back of the box. We can see he's got a lovely detailed base, treading down a Primaris Lieutenant into the dirt. Got a ruined Aquila banner there, and a brazier of unholy flame. We have 3 head options, so you got 2 bear, one with a more stern looking face, one of a snarl, and then we got his Rebreather mask there, so choices are up to you which ones you want to use. So I got Drachnian, he's Demon Sword, And we got the Talon of Horus there. He's massive lightning claw with inbuilt storm bolter. So let's open this guy up and see what we get inside. So here we have it. That is it. Just the one frame. So we got these instructions there. And he is a really intricate model, I believe. He's got loads of hidden details. We see all these undersuit, the different parts of the Terminator armor, how they build up around him, the optional cloak, and his base. So we got a, I think it's 80mm base. I haven't got a centimeter ruler, but I've got just over 2 inches. So that's going to be about 80mm base. Maybe 60. I got an idea. I got a Catapult Destroyer here. They're on a 60mm, and yeah, that is a 60mm base. So 60mm base for Abaddon to stand on, and here we have his frame. So you've got quite a few good components there. His sword as a single piece, his claw is in a few components. His backpack icon of all his trophies. And loads of all the different pipes and other details throughout. We've got the 2 parts of the combi bolter there. And we got his 3 different heads just down there. That's nice. The heads actually go straight onto the back of the head there, and there's a groove for the top knot to be pushed down into. That's quite cool. So that is Mr. Abaddon. So next we'll have a look at the Chaos Rhino. So here we have the Chaos Rhino. We have the standard Black Legion version there on the front of the box. So we've got a lovely giant Black Legion Chaos Star there. It's a nice heavy dark blue-grey edge highlighting there. So that looks really cool. And at the back we've got a few different other variants of the Rhino. We've got the Black Legion one again from a different angle this time. And we got, I believe, the Crimson Slaughter, which are the poster boys of 6th edition, as they were in the box set with the Dark Angels. We've got the options of the Havoc Launcher, Dozer Blade, the Combi Bolter, which can be equipped with a few varying different types of combi weapons. And we've got plenty of spikes, grizzly trophies, etc. So let's have a look at the inside of this. I built a Chaos Rhino a few years back for my Conquest magazine series that I did back before I was doing videos. It is a rather nice kit. It is much the same as the standard Space Marine one, just with the added spiky bits sprue, as it was called. So there we have all the additional spiky components. And the rest of it is just a standard Space Marine Rhino. So here's the main chassis and the one side of it. Back door, front hatch, tracks, and the side doors. We got the smaller of the spiky bits frame with some chains, weapon nozzles for las cannons and heavy bolters for the predators. Different type of dozer blade there as well. Here we have the remaining half of the actual chassis. So we got the right half there, the lights, the top hatch, the right side tracks, the compartment divider, and the base of the actual Rhino chassis. And here we have the Chaos pilot sprue. So we can either have just a poking out head or the full pilot there, combi bolter, havoc launcher, 2 top hatches, a spare hatch with the slot for the havoc launcher to go on, 2 bare head options for the rider himself, more nozzle ends for different types of weapons, the combi bolter or the combi flamer, and it seems, I don't think it's meant to look like that. There's a spike been damaged and snapped off there. These probably will snap off if you use them. I won't be using too many spiky bits. I will be using probably just the main hatches themselves. I will go for the havoc launcher and just a combi bolter. And the last thing in the box is a transfer sheet with the paper the wrong side. But we got 6 of the main traitor legions. So we got Black Legion here, Alpha Legion, Thousand Suns, Iron Warriors, Night Lords, and the Word Bearers, complete with their specific runes that they use. So this is my 4th, I think, of these transfer sheets, but they are quite nice. I'm sure I'll find a use for them one day. So that's that. Let's move on then to the Combat Patrol, and then we'll take a closer look at some of the frames. So here we have the Combat Patrol Chaos Space Marines. This is a pretty new release, but most of the models in it are older style. They are all the modern versions of the Chaos kits. So we got, I think the oldest one in here is the Hellbrute. He came out, the original the Molly Pose one came with the 6th edition starter set, but when that became disbanded, they brought this guy out, I think about 2011? I'll have a look on see what the sprue is marked with. Then we get our 10 Chaos Space Marines here, who can be equipped with bolters, chainswords, a couple of different heavy weapons, an icon, and Champion has a good few weapon options. So I've already built 2 squads using the Imperium Premium 1 delivery and an extra box of these guys. So I've built a bolter squad and a close combat squad. What I might do with these is split them 5 and 5. So do a bolter squad and then do a close combat squad so that I can have 2 squads of 15. As Chaos Marines can be taken in up to, I think, squads of 20. Got the Dark Apostle, who is a tainted chaplain, basically. I have a strong liking of chaplains. It'd be quite nice. He's got a nice Chaos book there, which is set alight with demonic flames. And he's got his 2 servants there. One who is chained together and is basically a walking lectern. And you got the other guy here who's carrying a censer of demonic oils. And I think the main selling point for this box is the Havocs, who are the new sculpt models. They come with choice of heavy bolter, las cannon, missile launcher, rotor cannon, and the sergeant or squad leader has a choice of different types of special weapon as well as a chainsword. And then we got the Hellbrute there looking really nasty with his plasma cannon and Thunderhammer. We'll turn the box over and we get another view of everything. So there's the Havocs at the top, Dark Apostle and his servants, Hellbrute in a couple of different colour schemes there. So we've got the Crimson Slaughter again and the Death Guard, and our Chaos Space Marines at the bottom. So can get this opened up. There we go, that's easier. So, slide open our box. I'm not filming in my usual area because that is still set up for a game. So I'm kind of on a makeshift filming stage. But here we have instructions. There are our varying different base sizes, all our different sprues. And we do get the full instructions, so all the different options that shows you how to build them. So we got our Dark Apostle there with his bodyguard. We got our champions there and the optional building as individual legionaries. You can easily mix and match the backpacks between each pose, so they aren't specifically needed to go onto a certain model. There is a specific way to build the icon bearer though. He has a specific backpack, has a thinner set of cables going over it than the rest does. And each one has two poses, whether he's got bolter, heavy weapon, or the chainsword and bolt pistol combo. There we go, that's our legionaries. It even shows the rotor cannon being used there, so you can optionally, if you want to, take the Havoc's cannon and put it onto these guys. And we also have the Havoc's, of course, so we've got our aspiring champion there who has a specific set of equipment. So you've either got a power maul or chainsword, and you've got a melter, flamer, or plasma gun. Of course, then you don't use, you can easily use with your regular Chaos Space Marine squad. Excuse me. So we've got our rotor cannon or the heavy bolter. Making it out of one guy. We've got auto cannon as well as an option. And we've got another heavy bolter and another autocannon. So we get two of each of those in the squad, in the box. Then we get, I believe it's 2 las cannons and 2 missile launchers. So you can build your squad up how you want, either focus it all towards anti-tank or focus it all towards anti-infantry, whichever you prefer. And then we got our Hell Brute, so we build the main torso like so. And then we got the options of all the different arms. So he's got a multi-melter, las cannon, autocannon, plasma cannon, twin heavy bolter, and power fist on the right arm. And for his left arm, we've got a power fist, a thunder hammer, power scourge, or a missile launcher. And at the back, we've got all our rules and weapons. So, first up, we've got our Dark Apostle. Quite nice, got some really good different textures. You've got the wax of the candles, the burning flame. And of course, we've got these 2 little servants as well. They ought to be quite fun. You've got some demonic horns sprouting. We've got our 3 frames that make up our Hellbrute. So we got the different size of torsos. So you've got a few different posing options here, and the way that the arms are attached. They can either be leaning backwards more or leaning forwards more. We've got the las cannons, the plasma cannons, the power fist casings, the combi bolters, the shoulder pads on this frame. And on this frame, we've got the various other weapons. So we've got his spine there, the autocannon, the thunder hammer. There's the rest of the plasma cannon, missile launcher, He's of a Power Fist, the main torso, the sarcophagus. Good choice of different heads, so you can easily make your hell brutes look a little different between each one if you have more than one. There's the multi-melter. There's his legs. And we got our first two frames of the Havocs. So this is the Sergeant equipment and our first Havoc. Then we have our second two Havocs. And then we have our third frame for the Havocs. There's the other las cannon, autocannon, and the missile launcher. I'll have a close look at those in a minute anyway. And then we got 3 frames for our legionaries. So this one is a majority of the torsos and the shoulder pads. And then we got all the backpacks, the remaining torsos, and all the different arm combinations. So with the missile launcher included with the legionaries, you've actually got 3 missile launchers in the squad. A portable version and a more heavy support looking version. Then we're going into our bases. So we've got 2 25mm bases for the Legion Apostles Servants. We've got 6 40mm bases, so 1 for the Apostle and 5 for the Havocs. 32mm bases for our Legionaries. And this is the big 60mm base for our Hellbrute. So that's everything. Let's have a look at some of the sprues up close now. I think we'll start with Mr Despoiler and then we'll work our way through. So here we have Abaddon sprue. He has 2 small sprues, but they are jam-packed. I'll zoom in a little bit closer. There we go. So we've got his shoulder pad, first shoulder pad there, second one there with the Eye of Horus, shin guards, the parts of his cloak. So it's an optional cloak, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. I think it adds a little bit extra to him. So we got his base detailing there, including the brazier, the shattered banner wing. So yeah, his main torso here, we're going to have a close look at all the details so we can see all the different cables, interfaces where his armor plugs in. It's really nicely detailed figure. So it really gives you a nice sense of how a Space Marine would be armoured up, especially one as old and ancient as Abaddon. You got the Talon of Horus looking rather fetching and lethal there, as well as Drachnian there in a rather impressive size. It's a lot bigger and more detailed than the old metal one. Then we got his 3 head options here. So we've got his sneering face, his breather mask, and his more grumpy face. I think personally I'll be using the sneering face. You got his trophy rack, a few Primaris helmets, plenty of different skulls, including an Inquisition agent there, Gene Stealer head as well. And that is it. He's a very simplistic model, but there's a good few components to each of them. Not a lot of other details going on, but we do have plenty of different materials and such to work on. Really looking forward to painting this guy up. I've got to rewatch the video that they did for when he got first release and figure out how I'm going to do him into different sub-assemblies. Probably going to leave the base separate, glue Abaddon down to a spare base, and decide how much of him I'm actually going to be building up. That's Mr. Despoiler. So next we'll have a look at the Legionaries. So here we have our legionary sprue. So we've got bolt guns and bolt pistols there, different torsos, head variety options, power axe for the sergeant, flamer, 2 plasma pistols, the melter gun. Over here we got our missile launcher, power fist, our chain swords. So we get, I think it's 6 or 7 chain swords on this. Yeah, 7 chain swords, including the sergeants. So got 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and there's 1 on the other sprue. Power fist, missiles for the missile launcher. All the different types of backpacks, the heavy bolter there, and different arms. So our sergeant arms, I believe, are 107, 108. And all the rest are for the different types of equipment. So you got your bolt gun arms, you got your power chainsword and bolt pistol arms, etc. And we got a good amount of heads. There's loads of heads on here. You end up with a few spare, so you could easily mix and match those between your other chaos kits if you wanted to. I'll flip over and have a look at the other side. So we've got 2 chaos icons, one a nice Eye of Horus and one a more generic chaos star. The good thing about the chaos star one is it's the same fitting as the Eye of Horus one. So if you've got the monopose Chaos Space Marine squad, you can glue the icon on top of the backpack, which has the thinner cables, much like the one from this set. I don't know if it's on this sprue or the other sprue. That one there, I think it is. 135 for the rather thin cables going up over the actual power pack there itself. There we go, that's that sprue. We'll bring in the second sprue now. So here we have our third sprue for the Chaos Space Marine Legionaries. So we've got the plasma gun, power maul, sergeant's chainsword, which can be also used by a regular trooper, bolt pistol for the sergeant, and we got the majority of our torsos and our leg sets here, plus all the different shoulder pads. Again, with the heads, you will have a few shoulder pads left over. There are a few Black Legion specific shoulder pads, and some I would consider rather Death Guardy with all the skulls there. But majority of them have either demonic faces, chaos stars, or some added spikes. Right, moving on, we got our Havocs next. So bringing in our single sprue. So this is the one with the las cannon, heavy bolter, and the missile launcher. So you got the classic heresy over the shoulder style las cannon and missile launcher, the top loader. We've also got the second autocannon there, so you've got choices of different heavy weapons. So of course these are compatible with your regular Space Chaos Marine Legionaries. That's a bit better. So there we go. You got a missile rack here, power pack for the las cannons, heavy bolter, and the autocannon, or possibly the way around. You got the heads with all the enhanced bionics and extra eyes. And all their feet have these clawed toes, which are quite nice. So that's how they add the extra stability to their cells by planting their feet firmly and the claws digging into the ground. And then we've got our second sprue here. So we got all our sergeant equipment on here: flamer, melter, plasma, power maul, and chainsword. We've got our other missile launcher and las cannon on here. So we've got our reloader claw for the missile launcher. And over here we got our one and only rotor cannon, our heavy bolters, and the other Reaper Auto. Or not Reaper Auto, just a regular autocannon. Reaper Auto is the twin-barreled version. So, yeah. Rather nice kit. Definitely an improvement over the older style Havocs. That used to just be metal upgrades onto the plastic Chaos Space Marines of old. We've got plenty of options. You can have, I believe, a total of 5 heavy weapons. If you want a new sparring champion, can take a heavy weapon if you wished. But you can also optionally take some different equipment as well. Next up, we'll look at the Hellbrute. So, here we have the main weapon sprue for the Hellbrute, the actual main torso itself, the sarcophagus. As you got loads of different head options here. So 6 head options. You've got a couple of bear faces, helmets, vox breathers, etc. One that's sort of half helmeted, half bear face. That's pretty cool. Don't know which one I'm going to go for yet. I'll have to think about that when I get down to building him. So you got the components for the Power Scourge here. Got the different shoulder pads, the Power Fist arms, multi-melter, plasma cannon, thunder hammer, the twin autocannon there, the Reaper autocannon, his legs and feet. Exhausts for his power plant. I believe my original one was Power Scourge and I think multi-melter or las cannon? No, las cannons I went for my Death Guard when I built one. But this guy, I think, I'm going to go possibly for how the box shows, plasma cannon and the thunder hammer. That'd be a quite nice combination for a change. Although, mind you, with my magnetizing skills, I might be able to work out some magnetization on how to swap the weapon options around. And finally, for the Hellbrute, we've got the combi bolters, backs of the power fist there, las cannons, and the remaining parts of the torso build, and his remaining arm as well. And we have more options here. So we got different types of horns and protruding growths for the top of the sarcophagus. So you can easily make each one look a lot more unique between if you have multiples in your army. And of course we've got the heavy bolter there as well. Finally, for our combat patrol, we've got a Dark Apostle, so I'll have to zoom in quite a lot for this guy. So here we have the first sprue, which includes the main body for the Dark Apostle with his cape. Got one set of arms for his acolytes, his bolt pistol, the lectern, front torso for the second acolyte, his head, one of his shoulder pads as well. There's quite a nice lot of detail on this kit. Again, he's going to be a lovely model to paint once I get around to building and painting him. And finally, we got his main body with his corrupted Crozius and the 2 bodies for his acolytes. So basically, chosen cultists that he keeps around. One, he's indentured into servitude to hold his books all the time. And the other one carries a brazier of holy oils. Yeah. Dark Apostles have always been one of my favourite units for Chaos Space Marines. I remember the old resin model when he first came out. I bought him a few times, I think it was. Once or twice. Definitely at least once, I know that. He was a lovely model. It's just a pity he was in the fine cast material resin. He wasn't the best. He had a iron halo sort of thing that came up over on the top of his backpack, and that would usually be misshapen. I think I used to end up cutting that off and replacing it with a spare chaos icon. That book looks really nice. Lots of imprinted detail there to pick out, including a chaos star and a picture of how the ritual site should look. That's pretty cool. Definitely going to be a I think a sub-assembly build for this guy, because I think that cape might just maybe not. Maybe not. I'll see how it is when I build him. These guys aren't too bothered with doing too much detail on them, but I will still paint them to match the Chaos Apostle. But yeah, I think he's going to be a rather nice model to do. So finally we got the Chaos Rhino to look at, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. So here we have the first of the Rhino sprues. Not much to look at. It is just our standard Space Marine Rhino, which was 2006, so he is a fairly old kit. Speaking of years, the Hellbrute is 2013. So I went too far off, 2 years out. But this guy, even though he is old, he does stand the test of time. He works well for what he resembles on the tabletop. Not a terrible lot of interior detail. The most you have is the dividing panel with controls there and a bolter. Of course, we won't be wanting the Aquillas on these, as we are going to be doing it up with some Chaos Stars. But it is still a rather functional and old kit. But when you compare it to some of the newer kits, like Rhino-based kits, like the Sisters of Battle tanks that more match the Deimos era Rhino from the Heresy, I think those ones definitely look a lot better and crisper detail. But maybe one day in the future he will be updated. Here we have our Chaos Sprue, our first one, the larger of the two. So we got Chaos icons for each of the different gods, plus Chaos stars for generic warbands. We got our Pinter weaponry, our pilot gunner, smoke launchers, the Havoc launcher, optional. I've seen people use these as optional exhaust vents and optional gun barrels for the stuff like the heavy bolter, etc. We've got a spotlight, a loud hailer, which doesn't have rules, I don't think, anymore. We've got some different top hatches here. So we've got a split in half, a whole hatch. Then we got a reversible hatch, so you can either have it as a sealed area or for the Havoc launcher. Got the dozer blade, some extra hooks, varying different types of spikes, and the crown to go around the gunner mount. And finally, we have the spiky bits frame. So we've got some chains to go along the sides of the vehicles, the larger gun nozzles, so a single one of these would be perfect for an autocannon, using both for twinning las. Got some more hooks and extra spiky bits, plenty of panels, so spikes, demonic faces, chaos stars, and of course all the different spikes that we can put up over the top of the tank, or even along the side if you so wish. Just be careful picking it up. And we've got a different type of dozer blade if you want to use that as well. So there we have that. I'll just put everything away, bring it all in, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this set. Oh, there is of course one more thing I forgot to show off, and that is this, the Astra Militarum and Chaos Space Marines exclusive art print. So this is exclusive only to the Despoilers of Cadia bundle. And I can't open it because I cut my nails yesterday. There we go. And we have a lovely piece of artwork depicting some Chaos Terminators brutally battering up some veteran guardsmen. Poor Commissar there, caught in a lightning claw. And on the back was just plain white. So I have a nice high quality print, and it'll go nicely on my wall with my various other 40k artworks. Yeah, it's rather cool. So I'll put that back in the envelope for the moment, and we'll bring everything back in for my final thoughts. So there we have the Despoilers of Cadia bundle from Games Workshop. So as I said at the beginning of the video, this does not save you anything over buying the content separately. It just nets you the rather nifty exclusive art print. But if you're not after art, I suggest you do look elsewhere. There are plenty of other online retailers who sell these kits for up to 20% off, including my affiliate link, which goes to Curton Games. They do post, of course, all over the UK, and you can even get next day on over a certain limit. Value-wise, the set is a one-click bundle of 160. Individually, you got these 90 pounds for your Combat Patrol, 30 for your Rhino, and 40 for Mr Despoiler. Overall, I think it is just a really good kit collection. For me, it is a lot of stuff I've been meaning to pick up for a long time, and having it all in one place was just too much of an irresistible thing to ignore. I think definitely the main pull for the collection is Abaddon. He's been on my, as I mentioned, on my paint list for quite some time, and I can't wait to get him built and painted. After watch Duncan's tutorial that he did back when he first came out all those years ago. The Combat Patrol is a great starting point for any Chaos Force. The Dark Apostle is a nice cheapy HQ. Your Chaos Legionaries can be equipped various different ways. Your Havocs, again, if you're focused on anti-infantry or anti-tank if you want to. And your Hellbrute is a good centerpiece for the starting army. Chaos Rhino is as much as any sort of Rhino would be. It's ideal just to transport your Chaos Legionaries, or even if you wanted to transport your Havocs, get them up into a much more close range position to hit your opponent. But there we have it. So final thoughts, pretty good bundle, especially if you are looking at getting into or expanding a Black Legion specific force. But for any more purchases, of course, you can use my affiliate link for Curton Games. Of course, also links to my website and social medias in the description down below. And all what's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and if you don't already, subscribe to the channel for more mad content. So I will see you then. Goodbye.